So the next day, Adam got up, doing his daily routine, doing whatever. Eve is sitting over there underneath the honeysuckle tree. She's plaiting her hair. She's combing her hair. And she's plaiting her hair and combing it with them fish bones. And she's sitting over there. She's talking to the birds and everything. Adam, he went on about his business. He's out there on the doggone naming all the animals and everything. She's sitting up there being pretty, right? So he had to build up her trust. You know what I'm saying? So he came to visit her every day while Adam was out there on the field doing whatever he was doing, and she's sitting back being pretty. And Adam come home every day. He bring a little guzzler thing, or either milk or wine, and bringing the bread and everything. While she's still sitting there. She's still sitting there having a whole conversation with the devil. She's like, he said, did you go and eat of that fruit that we told you not to do? She said, yeah, but the serpent said that we wouldn't surely die, but our eyes will be open. He said, but I told you that God said if you eat of the fruit, you will surely die. She turned around and she said, I'm not dead. Waxer squad tripping in the hood.
Waxer squad tripping in the wood. Yeah.
Tripping in the wood?
Yeah. Real talk. So I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, my people. This is Cliffy and... Where's the plate? Shit.
You didn't get no plate.
Oh, shit, guys. I forgot the plate because Cliffy is so excited to do this movie.
Okay. But this is my video, so I should be able to talk first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Good afternoon, lovelies. I was on my daughter's video earlier, about an hour ago, so I'm doing my own. So you guys bear with me. I have some chicken, some fried curry potatoes, it's a cabbage, and then I have rolls over here. So, how you guys is doing today? I hope you had a lovely day. I hope your week been good. We're going into the weekend. I hope you guys have a lot to do this weekend. Hope it's exciting. Kiss the babies for me, because I'm into babies. I love children. So, kiss the babies for me. And tell them Nana said hello.
Not everybody have baby, Nana says. Those who have baby, kiss the baby.
Kiss the babies.
Who has babies? Kiss
the babies. Kiss the babies. Kiss the babies. So it doesn't matter if you got an adult baby. Kiss the babies.
What's up when they don't have it?
Okay, then kiss the babies.
They gonna kiss?
Okay, well, they nieces, they nephews, or whoever. Huh? Kiss the babies. If you see babies walking on the street or whatever, I know we in the pandemic thing, but hey, you could just go kiss the babies.
Maybe they have baby dolls. Kiss the baby doll.
They know what I'm talking about. You little special. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways.
So I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So guys, welcome back to Nana video. This is Real Talk with Nana. Nana don't come to play, because his talk is serious, guys. So you guys have to tune in and turn it up. Turn up the volume. You know what I'm saying? And laugh like water crackers. Yeah. Peace and love, guys. This is Cliffy, your friend. Yeah, man. So right now, we're going to pray over the food and bless Nana show. Yeah. Dear Lord, I pray for Nana show, oh God. Pray, oh God, let me touch all of the people who are watching us, oh Father God. Let it be a blessing to the people, Father God, that we send the message to, Father God. And help us, oh God, that we may stay strong and be close to each other, Father God, as one big family. Let this food nourish our body, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Bless up. All right. Okay. My fried chicken wing, Nana fried chicken. Yeah, Nana can do good fried chicken. Cook good fried chicken.
Okay.
My sauce right here.
The last.
Yeah. So
now.
now.
Go ahead.
So what are we talking about today? What's new today? What's he gonna talk about?
Well,
We're gonna
dang,
tell them.
I was getting ready to say something, but you cut me off. Dang.
All right.
All right. This is a touchy situation because I want to know if some of you guys out there is experiencing the same thing. Okay. You know how you go home, you get, you going through your day or whatever, you get ready to go, you take a shower, bath, whatever, and you go to sleep. Have any of you wake up at around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? I've been doing it for the last 6 months. I don't know what that means. I don't know if God's waking me up to go pray or whatever. But I had talked to a couple of people that I know, or, I be randomly, whatever, go to the store, whatever. And they say the same thing. Is it something that's going on? Why is it that you wake up out your sleep around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning?
Wow.
And it's every, you can't go back to sleep. It's been like that. It's been happening like that for me for like at least 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And when I roll over, when I wake up, I roll over and I look at my phone. It's like 3:30 or 4 o'clock.
Wow.
And this is every day. I don't know what it means. I really don't know what it means. So, anyways, I don't want to get too deep into that because I will get too deep into that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to do for a while. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do this for a while. I've been rehearsing this or whatever. Okay, so you know the story about Adam and Eve, right? But let me go ahead and break the story down so you can understand it. All right, here you go. A land far, far away. God created Adam. He created Adam first. When he created Adam, he gave Adam control over all the animals, the fish, the birds of the air, everything. He told him, you have control over all of this. All you have to do is take care of this. Okay. Mm-hmm. He took Adam on a tour. This is a story. And I'm going to tell my story where I tell my story. He took Adam on a tour. He showed him everything. He showed him what he was going to be in control of everything. And he said he didn't have to worry about nothing. Everything he needed, he had it in the Garden of Eden. Mm-hmm. All right. So, he took him to this part in the garden that it was nothing but trees and had fruits on it. He told him, you can have anything in this area of the tree, but you just cannot touch this one. Because if you touch this one, if you eat of this fruit, you will surely die. Mm-hmm. Adam said, okay, I got it. So he took him around and everything. Okay, so Adam was going around. He was naming the animals, naming the birds, naming the creatures, bugs, whatever. He was doing whatever. Milking the cows, all that. He was doing all that. Okay. So one day God seen Adam standing a little standoffish or whatever, getting a little bored or whatever. So God said, So he asked Adam. He said, Adam, what's going on? Are you okay? Adam said, nothing. But God was in the background. He was seeing Adam because Adam was sitting over like getting a little bored, talking to himself or whatever. So God was like, okay, Adam, come here for a minute. He said, okay, so come here and lay up underneath this shade tree. Okay, so Adam went and laid up in the shade tree. And then so God put him to sleep. Okay. And so God was already saying, okay, I have to get him somebody, a helpmate, somebody that can keep him company because, he's a little standoffish or whatever. I don't understand what's wrong with my son, but I'm going to do something. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he put him to sleep. He woke up. He woke him up. He wasn't asleep he was asleep for like a couple days. He woke him up because, that womb got to heal. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to take that rib and make Eve, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the womb had to heal. So he woke him up. He said, Adam, meet Eve. Eve, meet Adam. She is your soulmate. They said, okay. He said, why don't you go ahead and you know, and go ahead and show her around the Garden of Eden. Okay, by this time, you know, Adam, he glad he got him a helpmate or whatever. Yeah. So, you know, he feeling proud. Yeah. He walking around, he telling her, okay, this name is this name is that, this is this is that. Mm-hmm. You know how you be in the prom, you know how you lock your arms. So he, you know, he was strutting because he's feeling his power then. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a helpmate. So he walking around, he taking her around, showing her everything, whatever. So then they get to the tree. Mm-hmm. He said, God said we can have anything in the garden. We can eat any of these fruits off these trees. But this particular tree, we cannot eat. She said, why, Adam? He said, because God said if you eat of this tree, you will surely die. Mm-hmm. She said, we'll surely die. He said, yeah, don't ask no questions. God said, that's what it's going to be, and that's what it's going to be. She said, okay. So they went on about their business, whatever. He was showing her all around and everything. So, you know, so the next day, you know, Adam got up, doing his daily routine, doing whatever. Eve is sitting over there underneath the honeysuckle tree. You know, she's plaiting her hair. She's combing her hair. She's plaiting her hair and combing it with one of them fish bones. You know, and she's sitting over there. She's talking to the birds and everything. Adam, he went on about his business. He's out there on the doggone naming all the animals and everything. She's sitting up there being pretty, right? All of a sudden, here comes the serpent. Double. You know, here he come. He's the first. He's sliding, you know, and she you know, she don't know too much, you know, because you know he's sliding around. Yeah. He's talking to her, whatever. And he's like, oh, this how the devil do it. Oh, what's your name? She said, oh, my name is Eve. He said, I ain't seen you in these parts.
Yes, she
said, oh, I'm Adam's helpmate. He said, oh, yeah. She said, yeah. You know, and then he was like, and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm Adam's helpmate. You know, ain't it just so beautiful? And he was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. He said, won't you take me around? Won't you take me around and show me everything? She said, okay. So she walking around with Satan. He already know everything. So she walking around showing him everything. Oh, this name is this and this name is that. You know, she pumping everything up, and he's like, yeah. He's sitting in the background. He's like, yeah. Oh, that's just so lovely. And then she said, she take him to the tree. These fruits on this tree is so sweet and everything, but this particular tree we cannot touch. He said, oh yeah, why not? She said, oh, because Adam told me that God said if we eat of this fruit off this tree, we will surely die. He was like, oh, you'll surely die, huh? She's like, yeah, but let me go ahead and show you this over here. Look, he couldn't just tell her what he was gonna tell her right then and there. So he had to build up her trust. You know what I'm saying? So he came to visit her every day while Adam was out there on the field doing whatever he was doing, and she's sitting back being pretty. And Adam come home every day. He bring a little guzzler thing, or either milk or wine, and bringing the bread and everything. While she's still sitting there, still sitting there having a whole conversation with the devil. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he was seducing the hell out of her. He was seducing the hell out of her. Okay, so Adam started coming back. He started coming back, and he started looking at her like, okay, why she keep? What's wrong? He ain't paid too much attention to it. Okay, so one particular day, it took the devil a while, because he was constantly in her ear. And then so one day he asked her about that tree again. She said, no, I said, if God said if we eat of that tree, we will surely die. He got the berry wife, by that time, listen, at first, he was sitting on his stomach, you know what I'm saying? But when he was like, okay, this is it. I'm tired of sitting over here talking to her, whatever. This gonna be the day. Okay, so he wasn't in his stomach no more. He was stood straight up where he was, because she was tall, he was tall too. He got straight up, he got to really talking to her. Because when Adam wasn't away, when Adam was away, he wasn't there in the physical. He was transparent, but he was still talking to her in her ear. You know what I'm saying? He was still wooing her in her ear. You know, he's still talking to her. Yeah. So he's on her mind every day. But when Adam's away, you know what they say, when the cat's away, the mouse play?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Adam's away, he's in his true form. He over there, he's seducing the hell out of Eve. Talking in her ear, saying all this type of stuff. So he was like, okay, well, you know, okay. And she's like, well, she said, well, I told you. He said, if we eat of the fruit, we'll surely die. He said, no, you will not surely die. She said, what do you mean? You will not surely die if you eat of the fruit. He don't want you to eat of the fruit because if you eat of the fruit, you become like gods. And you'll be just like him. And this is what the devil told her. You see, if you eat of this fruit, you and Adam, y'all won't have to worry about nothing. Y'all can be able to do everything y'all want to. She said, oh, for real? He said, yeah. She said, okay. So she bit it. She bit it. She waited a couple of days before she went to Adam with it because Adam was wondering why she was acting kind of strange. Yeah. She waited a couple of days. So when she did go to Adam, Adam was like, what's wrong with you? She said, Adam, you remember the tree that God told us not to eat of the fruit? He was like, yeah. What are you talking about? She said, he said, did you go and eat of that fruit that we told you not to do? She said, yeah, but the serpent said that we wouldn't surely die, but our eyes will be open. He said, but I told you that God said if you eat of the fruit, you will surely die. She turned around and she said, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Take this, Adam. Just take it. If you care about me, Adam, you if you love me, Adam, you eat it, and you could feel what I feel, Adam. Just take it. He like, okay.
Oh my God.
He like, no. He was a simp. He bit that fruit. Next thing you know, his eyes was open. Now, mind you, when Eve bit that fruit, you didn't hear God coming through the garden saying anything. Because God already knew. He could have came in and he stepped it, could have stopped it, but he didn't. He let her go ahead and do what she did. Because it wasn't on her, it was on him because he told him first. So then when he went and bit it, the sky turned red.
Okay.
And then God come through there talking about, okay, Adam, where you at?
Where are you?
And he said, oh, I hid because I'm naked. Who told you was naked?
Yeah.
He said, did you eat of the fruit that I told you not to? He said, yeah, but it was the woman that you gave me. Always got to play the blame game. Always got to play the blame game.
To show you that woman is tempted.
Huh?
To show you that woman is tempted. Women always tempt men to do stuff.
No, women don't. Women can throw things out there to men. But listen. Women can throw. That's what anything. If your parents or whatever tell you not to do something, and then you have some other colleagues come around or whatever and try to tempt you to do something that your parents have told you not to do, and you supposed to say no. You supposed to have that much fear to where you say no. I'm not going to do it.
When the woman said, "If you love me, eat it."
Yeah. If you care about me, Adam, if you care about me, you'll take up this. And he's like, oh, okay. He took it and then, okay. Then God came through there and he's like, hold on. Adam, where you at? Called him 3 times. Adam, where you at? Adam said, I'm here, Father. He said, what have you done? He was like, well, I hid because I was naked. He said, who told you was naked? He said, did you take of that tree? Did you take of that fruit that I told you not to take? He said, yeah. But yes, I did take of it, but I took it because of the woman that you gave me. Okay, then God brought them both together, and he said, he asked them, how do you plead? He pleaded not guilty. She pleaded not guilty. He pleaded not guilty because he said it wasn't his fault because she tipped him to do it, and then she pleaded not guilty because she said the serpent told her to do it.
Oh my God.
So good. He put them. He said, I'm going to exile y'all from here. Y'all got to go. I don't care where y'all going, but y'all got to get up out of here. He said, y'all going to feel for yourselves because y'all had everything that y'all needed. Y'all had it, everything that y'all needed, and y'all could not. I mean, and that's the reason why we're in this situation today. But a lot of people say a lot of people that I talk to, they always say, "Oh well, God didn't want us to eat of that tree because it was knowledge of good and evil. He didn't want us to know knowledge. It wasn't that he didn't. You have to break it down because knowledge of good and evil, knowledge of good, right and wrong. Mm-hmm. He didn't want us to because Adam and Eve. They didn't know no wrongs. Mm-mm. Their minds was like children. Whatever they did, it was right. Not wrong. Everything was right. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's why.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why when
they didn't have to repent because they didn't have that knowledge.
Yeah, that's why when God asked them why they do it, they don't take the blame because they never do nothing wrong.
But God did not God did not walk through that garden when Eve bit it. He walked through that garden when Adam did it. Yeah, because he created Adam first.
And he give them the instruction to carry.
Okay, but after the devil tempted Eve, okay, sin came in. Mm-hmm. He seduced. Whilst Adam was out at work, Eve was getting seduced like it was nobody's business. Mm-hmm. That devil was doing all kind of things to her. Mm-hmm. He was doing all kind of things to her. Yep. So then when God kicked him out of Eden was huge. Yep. When he kicked him out of there, Eve still laying up under the listen. Eve still sitting up under the honeysuckle tree, still braiding her hair, so talking to the listen. Mm-hmm. She's still sitting in underneath the honeysuckle tree because she's still familiar with being inside Gordon. When Adam was doing everything. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when God kicked him out, no, you fend for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So she's still sitting out there underneath the tree with the birds and everything, combing her hair while he going to do everything. Now, he didn't know anything about no pain. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know anything about no pain. He didn't know nothing about no sun beaming down on that skull. He didn't know nothing about that because they didn't know that. God took care of everything. When he was out there hot doing everything, God provided that shade. He didn't have that shade no more. You know what I'm saying? That sun was beaming on that top of that dome. Listen, he come home. Normally he'll come and bring home 2 pieces of bread and a jug of wine or whatever. When they got kicked out that doggone out that garden, he brought home just for one piece of bread, one other thing. She's sitting up on the tree like, Adam, you bring something for me? He's like, you the reason why we out here. You the reason why we out here. She said, well, Adam, but I'm thirsty. He said, I woke you up earlier and told you to come on. We had to go out here and do what we need to do. We're not in the garden eating no more. Hey, I told you what we need to do. And she's like, okay. He said, but remember, God said, man don't work, don't eat. Gotta fend for yourself. Yeah. She's sitting over talking about, Adam, you didn't bring me down here. No.
Go get it yourself.
You're the reason why I'm out here.
Exactly.
Then he want to blame her. I had everything, and I'm out here. And back then, God spoke to them. They could hear God. But now, when it got to the point that they have to seek God for themselves, He'll still be there, but they won't hear Him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when they ate that fruit, all sickness came in. Yeah, sickness, disease. He come in. He bent over. His back hurting. His corns is hurting. That sun is beaming on his head. He ain't got time for that.
He started feeling
He felt pain that he didn't even.
Cause the bite. Because the thing is this. The serpent have Eve in his hand like this.
No, but listen.
And Adam now should be the strong one to protect Eve, but he let Eve talk him out. He let Eve
and
talk
that's
him.
Why they say women mature early at 18 and men's 21. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Eve was the first one. The point of Adam and Eve was Eve was the first one that committed adultery.
Eve.
She committed adultery.
Yeah.
When Satan allowed her, when Satan when Satan got her to eat that fruit,
To cheat.
he didn't only get her to eat that fruit. He had intimacy with her, and guess who her offspring was? Guess what his offspring was? Cain.
Cain.
Cain. Cain killed Abel.
Yeah.
Okay. Cain was the offspring of Satan.
Yeah.
Abel was the offspring of Adam.
Yeah.
She was the first one to commit adultery. Cain was the first one to commit murder.
Yeah. So cheating began from there.
Yeah.
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 And that's why. And it's because of sin why they cheat. Sin the devil let it cheat.
Yeah, true that, but you don't have to do that though.
No, but but the thing is this: the devil always finds the weaker.
But I seen it. I seen in the Bible. I looked it up on my phone.
Yeah.
And I heard it before. I'm like, because in the Bible it said, God said that He hates Cain, but He loves Abel. And I was like, okay, but why would He hate Cain? So I looked it up. It said the reason why God hated Cain is because Cain came from Satan. So while Adam was out working, Satan was seducing his wife to bring his offspring in the world.
And to mess up everything. Yeah. And
Adam was a simp.
And when they go home, he don't say nothing to Adam. He said, hey, I heard Satan in my ears every day saying this, saying that. He don't say nothing to Adam.
But he wasn't.
And
but she didn't say anything to him because she didn't know. She did whatever he was saying to her at that time. She didn't know. Because she didn't know they didn't know the difference between right and wrong. So she didn't know. And that's why he wanted to get her to eat that fruit. Because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. He slithered on top of her or whatever and all in her ear and everything. But she didn't have no conscience of that.
No.
It didn't mean nothing.
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing. And he couldn't seduce her or anything. Because she hadn't did that thing that she was told not to do. But see, God, the reason why God put that arrow there, not to do, you couldn't have this tree, because he tried that first with Satan.
So you think is her decision to eat the fruit, or is the devil's decision?
It was a what?
Is Eve's decision to eat the fruits?
It was her decision to eat the fruits, because she was being tempted. Even though Adam told her to do that, she didn't think it was no big deal. Because after she bit that fruit, he told her, "Oh no, if you eat of this fruit, you will not surely die." And she was thinking about being God. Yeah,
and that's why God never stepped in the same time, because
He didn't.
God wanted
He didn't do
all
her
of us of our own choice and choose what we want to choose.
It was her choice, but he wasn't worried about that bit. Because the only time he really went off is when Adam did it, because he created Adam first.
Yeah,
he's the one that he told not to do it first. It was Adam's job to correct Eve. Because he was sitting there watching her look at that tree all the time, and he didn't say anything. He did not.
He tell her
listen,
no.
Even if she would have bit of that fruit, even if she would have bit of that fruit, and she took it to him, and he did not do it, and he stuck to his word, we wouldn't been in this. God would have exiled her up out the garden.
Yeah.
But he would have still been there. But God told him first, because he was created first.
Yeah. Sorry for those who never started at home, And thank God you guys make it through. We're doing a video. We don't want that right now.
Okay, we're done.
All right.
Close it.
See? Either. So guys, loving the guys, and we'll come back with Real Talk with Nana. So we're going to come back tomorrow, next show. We're going to come with something different. And the guys just tune in and big up on yourself. Peace and love. What's your intro? What's your lovely? Peace and
See you
love,
later,
lovely.
lovelies. See you on next video.
All
Love you
right,
guys.
lovely. Yeah, man. Stay tuned.